I wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of XP farming and what that means, and kind of the mindset shift that I had to kind of gamify this whole process of growing every single day, physically, spiritually, mentally, and achieving all the goals that I've set, right? In a video game, people grind for XP, right? In ways that seem kind of unorthodox, or in ways that kind of seem repetitive, right? When you are grinding for XP, all you're focusing on is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, the same mechanism to level up as fast as you possibly can, right? You could go through the campaign of a video game just normally and level up a little bit, right? Or you can hyper focus on just gaining as much experience as you can, right? And that might just come from doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. But as a result, you level up a lot faster than someone who's just kind of going through the motions and is pulled in a bunch of different directions. In terms of XP farming, what are some practical ways that you guys can apply it right alongside me? You gain XP from doing the things that you don't feel like doing, right? I want to level up my discipline. And so the only way to truly level up your discipline is when you get to flex your discipline muscle, right? A lot of people want to level up their discipline, but they don't want to do the things that they don't feel like doing, right? If you felt like going to the gym, it doesn't count. If you felt like doing the work, it doesn't count. If you felt like getting up this morning, it doesn't count. And so the only way to truly stretch yourself and gain XP and level up is doing the things specifically when you don't feel like doing. Now, don't get me wrong. Discipline is just the barrier to entry. Discipline is just getting your foot in the door, right? But what you're going to realize is once you start with those activities, you're going to build momentum. It's like a domino effect. It's hitting down that first domino when you don't feel like it. And then eventually momentum carries you all the way through the end of the project or the end of the workout, right? And so that is going to be the main focus behind XP farming and what I'm going to do, right? And it's a season of my life, right? A season of my life, because if people have been so accustomed to doing the easy tasks, if people have been so accustomed to craving comfort, then what if we just flip that on its back and instead learn to crave discipline, right? And what you're going to realize is that your brain actually craves familiarity, right? It likes to repeat things that it has already been through. And so in doing that, you can do difficult things and your brain will learn to crave it because it's been repeated so many times. It's familiar. And so when you can make the difficult things familiar, it becomes your new normal. And once it's your new normal, you give yourself a long enough time horizon, eventually, where are you going to be in 6 months? Where are you going to be in 6 months from now if you were to continue to do things that you find difficult and learn to enjoy it, right? And that's the whole crux of what we're actually putting together, of what I'm actually doing here is I am instilling discipline into my life by farming as much XP, by getting as many reps as I possibly can in, right? Of picking up my dog's poop immediately, right? Of washing my dish, boom, immediately. By doing XYZ, things that I know I should be doing, boom, immediately, right? I've talked about this before, right? In the same way that your body requires resistance to grow, if you want your mind to grow, it needs that mental resistance, that voice in your head that is trying to pull you out, right? Like, oh, it's okay if you don't wash your dish right now. It's okay if you don't pick up your dog's poop. It's okay if you don't go to the gym. Those thoughts are actually good. A lot of people think that that's a negative thought. No, it's because you give it a negative meaning, right? Those thoughts are actually good because when you get those thoughts, those opportunities specifically are when you can grow. It is the mental resistance training, right? In the same way you sculpt your body through physical resistance, if your mind is undergoing mental resistance, that is a good thing. Because that is an opportunity for you to take that mental resistance and grow through it, right? To say to that thought, to hold it captive, right? As the Bible tells us, and to make it obedient to Christ. Those thoughts are actually good because every time you get those negative thoughts, you use that as an opportunity to act against it. And then as you continue to do that, it becomes automatic. Everything that you do, whether it's difficult or not, it becomes automatic because every time a thought comes like that, you're able to forsake it right away. You're able to act against it. No hesitation. And so that is going to be the focus of this particular season of my life, and things that I've already been starting to apply that have been transforming my mind, right? That have been transforming the way that I view things. And so that's kind of the mindset behind XP farming. That's all there is to it. Plain and simple. Do the work when you don't feel like it. Do that as many times as you possibly can. And eventually it'll become something that your brain craves. And if you crave doing difficult things, if you learn to love doing what most people hate, see yourself in 6 months, you'd be a completely different person. That's the mindset we're having right now. So, see you guys.